Using this scientific method, all of us have benefited greatly from the use of the scientific method in solving problems such as those dealing with the maintenance of health, the production and the preservation of foods, the construction of our homes, and the improvement in communication and transportation. Not only have our ways of living changed, but people themselves have also been changed. Today we are better able to explain happenings which used to be considered strange and mysterious. Although there is still need for improvement, we are now generally less fearful than our fathers and grandfathers were. We are also more critical in our thinking than our ancestors. This lesson should help you to understand how the use of the scientific method has improved living conditions and changed people. It should also help you understand how you can make better use of the scientific method in your everyday living. Better control of disease. If you had been born 200 years ago, you would have had about one chance in eight of living to be 1 year old. In other words, in those days, about 7 out of 8 babies died before reaching their first year birthday. Suppose you had been an unusually strong little fellow and had lived through that first year. Very likely, before you were 6 years old, you would have had smallpox, and by the time you reached the age of 12, you would undoubtedly have had measles, whooping cough, scarlet fever, and the diphtheria. Even then, your battle for life was not over. Yellow fever, malaria, typhus, cholera, typhoid fever, and even influenza once started spread through a community. Life was most uncertain. A person who lived to be more than 30 years of age was indeed fortunate. It is unbelievable that such conditions should have existed so short a time ago. Today, babies are born in hospitals where there is a little likelihood of their getting a disease. Young people are treated to protect them against smallpox, diphtheria, and the typhoid fever. Today, a person can expect to live to be expected length of man's life. There, these changes have been made possible by the use of the scientific method to solve such problems as the causes of disease and its prevention. Better sanitary conditions. It is difficult to imagine what sanitary conditions in some of our large cities were like only 100 years ago. Into the narrow, unpaved, and poorly drained city streets, household garbage and other refuse were thrown. Animals wandered through these streets, feeding upon the garbage. Outdoor toilets were common, many of them situated where human wastes drained into wells from which people obtained drink water. Today, city streets are paved and well drained, and they are cleaned regularly. It is against the law to throw garbage in the streets. Sewage from all these sections of a city is carried through sealed pipe to disposal plants. Through the use of the scientific method, it has been demonstrated that unsanitary conditions cause the spread of disease like typhoid fever, cholera, and the dysentery. Today, most city governments have departments of sanitation, which keep the cities clean and thereby prevent the spread of certain diseases. A century ago, it was common practice in many cities to bring water by the basketful for household use. Water had to be carried a considerable distance from the well to the home. It was therefore used very sparingly for bathing and cleaning purposes. Often it came from the sources that contained diseases producing germs. Towns and cities today have water systems that unusually provide water enough for household use. One of the most important problems in the growth of the cities has been to provide sufficient water to meet the many needs of an increasing population. Los Angeles has solved the problem by bringing water to the city from the Colorado River 544 kilometers away, carried through a pipeline or aqueduct. 1,000 million liters of water are delivered to the district daily. This is remarkable advance from the basket system of supplying homes with water.